Did you already fire it up?
All right, hello, Key Biscayne. It is Thursday, May 27th, 2020, and this is the No One's Listening Show, episode 174. I'm your host, Rafa. I'm here with the panel, complete edition. To my left is the lovely Anna.
Hi, Key Biscayne.
To her left, dressed similarly, is the lovely Lenny.
Hey, guys, I'm back.
Welcome back, Lenny.
To her left is the lovely Manny.
Landy, you're feeling better.
I didn't have the Rona, don't worry.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right, and we'll start how we always start, a little weekend tick. So, I don't know, how was your guys' weekend? It was raining all weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
Dude, wait. So you can't just say raining. It was a deluge.
Yeah.
Okay, floodfest. Okay, let's make it a little more, exciting. It was just sprinkling a little bit.
No, it was crazy rain.
Yeah, it was big rain.
Yesterday, basically.
It was really, 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 really.
Because we hung out on Friday night.
Everyone hung out and had a really good time in the rain. We didn't give a shit.
Friday night was fun.
Yeah.
I started with a little front yard chilling with my girlfriends.
Aw.
That turned into a little visit to the YC.
Oh, yeah.
Which turned into a little visit to another front yard. So,
which I saw you in 2 of those episodes.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I wasn't going to say 1, but 2.
Forgot about me, Anna?
I forgot about the first visit, the golf cart drive-by. That was fun.
Yeah, we dropped off Rafa for you.
Yeah, thank you for that. But that was it, because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think I just stayed home.
No, really? You were recovering from that Friday, that epic Friday?
Friday was really fun.
That Friday was pretty epic.
It was fun.
It was.
We picked the right weekend to get out of town. We went up to Melbourne Beach.
Nice.
Discovered this hotel called Seashell Suites.
How was it?
There's 8 2-bedroom units. Think
Cute.
of like an old Silver Sands built in a dune, with a dune type lounge, not dune the bar, but in the dunes.
Right.
Right there on the beach. Turtles, you walk out there in the morning
pretty.
and it's just turtle tracks everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't even mark them. There's so many.
That's pretty.
How far is the drive? Sorry.
It's about just under 3 hours.
Awesome.
And, we have the Stevens live up there, Billy
Nice.
and Allison Stevens. And I went over to their house. They have a beautiful home there. Lenny, you've been
I know,
there.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
And I got to tell you this story, something that happened to me, man.
What happened?
It was scary.
Would you step on a nail?
No.
No.
Did you get coronavirus?
Just kidding. What
Step on a
happened?
nail.
I don't know.
No,
Did you get corona?
Neither of those happened. Not that I know of, anyway. But they had a crawfish boil,
Oh,
where you
nice. Awesome.
suck the head and squeeze the tip.
Yeah.
And this guy brought a friend of theirs was in town, with his family. They came down first time out, Memorial Day weekend. They're college buddies with Billy from Auburn.
Right.
This guy brought down 1,000 crawfish.
Yummy.
Come from New Orleans?
Came from New Orleans.
Yum.
And he brought them live.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So,
'Cause he boiled them live.
He boiled them live.
You
He
boil
did it
them live,
right
yeah.
there. It was incredible at their home. And, I was doing it and he was looking at me. He's like, man, I've never seen anyone, take a head apart like that before. I don't know how to do, suck the head, squeeze the tip, but, I don't know.
Squeeze the tip, suck the head.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he finally taught me how to do it and I was really getting into it. And
It's so
I
good.
took this one head and you just suck it.
Yeah.
You don't, tear it apart.
Right.
And I felt a lot of head juice
Oh, spicy?
come
Spicy?
into my mouth,
Oh,
into my
man.
throat, and I started coughing.
Oh,
and
man.
Oh, and then everyone shunned you from the party?
Coughing really bad,
Oh, man.
tears coming down my eyes, I was choking.
Uh-oh.
And but I wasn't.
Too much heat.
Too much
seasoning.
heat, and then I realized that I couldn't breathe out of my
No.
my
Oh,
mouth.
man.
What?
Yeah, try right now where you're sitting and try to take a breath in and blocking your throat.
Damn.
Yeah,
your
okay.
mouth,
Okay. Oh, my
It
God.
was squeezed tight.
What happened?
And I look at the guy next to me who was the cook, and slowly everybody's face started
He knew it
turning
was
white.
happening.
Yeah.
Everyone's face was like, oh my God, what's going on here?
What
And I
happened?
mouthed to the guy,
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And
He gave you the
he
Heimlich?
realized, I was looking at him for guidance to say either it was...
Chili pepper.
Does this happen? Have you
Right,
seen this
right.
before?
Is this normal to be dying right now?
The crawfish.
Was it a piece of the crawfish?
No, it was the
Pepper?
heat. It was the heat. The heat
closed your throat?
Closed my throat. It wasn't.
Wow.
I'm not allergic to shellfish, but the heat was so. it just closed my throat. But then I realized
Did you drink
that I
it?
could breathe through my nose. So I stayed super calm.
Okay.
And they brought me water. And by this time, everyone's up, like running in circles in silence. You know, like,
Wow.
what do we do here?
Scary.
Oh my God.
It was the
And
heat.
Slowly, it was the heat. So
Yeah.
From like
Wow.
the inside of the head.
from all the cayenne pepper and
Oh,
the
the heat like
spices,
that.
Man,
Oh,
no,
the
like
Cajun
that-
seasoning.
the seasoning.
Manny
The
sucked the head way too hard.
It was too much juice.
Too
in
much
there.
sucking of the head.
Well, we laughed a long time after. Imagine all the
course.
jokes that we were. That
Oh my
were
God,
being
of
made.
course.
Oh my God. I'm glad you're good though. That
Thank
is
you.
No,
scary.
that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm allergic to shrimp, so that would have been a really scary thing for
That's
me.
what it would
I
be
have
like,
my EpiPen with me at all times.
That's what it would be like for someone that all of a sudden
Yeah.
goes to the what do they call that shock? Epileptic.
Not epileptic.
Epileptic.
Yeah.
Now you're making me
There's a
sick.
term
I
for
should
it.
know because I know this thing. It happens
Yeah.
to me. Yeah, it's bad. That's scary. I'm glad you're well and you came back.
So I'm looking at heat a little differently now. Still, I went back and I took down a couple more heads. You know,
I'm
like
sure,
after,
yeah.
but very measured.
Tranquilo,
funny.
tranquilo.
And how was it to be out on the beach?
It was incredible to be on the beach. First sunrise on the beach.
Oh,
in
pretty.
Whatever number of months.
Wow.
Yeah.
I miss
and
it.
it was spectacular. I shared some pictures. And
So cool.
And there was, I mean, like I said, turtle tracks everywhere.
Oh, that's pretty. Melbourne is beautiful.
So
I love
check
it
out
up
this
there.
place too. It's a great friends getaway. Yeah, especially as you're looking over the summer now.
And tell me the name again.
Seashell Suites.
I like
She
the
sells
name.
sweets.
Every suite has a name of a shell or a conch or or a starfish or something.
When I went up there, I stayed in a fancy place. I forgot the name of it. It's on the corner there. It's super fancy, but it's so pretty. It's right on the beach. Can't tell you the name though, but it's gorgeous.
So one of the things I did this weekend, apart from all the partying we did on Friday and stuff like that, was and I want to say, I also want to say, hey, congratulations to Smoke Trail and Craig for winning the Ha tournament. I'm
They
pretty sure
did. Nice.
They won the
Winning
Ha-Ha
again.
tarpon tournament.
repeat.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. That was Friday night, and I ran into them at the yacht club. But on Monday, I guess it wasn't the weekend, but it's Memorial Day weekend. It flooded the whole key, and people were doing this thing where they either paddle out in the floods, and some people were like doing like little
Like from the old hydroslide
wake
days.
skating,
When we were
yeah.
kids, it was hydrosliding.
Yeah.
behind cars and stuff like that.
They were-
Now it's surfing.
They were
and
kayaking. They were
pulling a
paddle
banana
boarding.
boat. And they were,
So before we get into like that, I just want to say one part of my weekend. We'll get into that in like the news and like the reactions. To
Okay,
that
okay.
kind of crap. But
Got it.
what I want to say is that Griff, friend of the show, he picked me up on Monday afternoon, and he was like, "Hey, let's take a little lap around, and we'll go to the yacht club or something and hang out." I was like, "Okay, perfect." So when I got in his car, he's like, "Hey, let's go splash some people."
Oh, I heard this story.
wait, so Griff has like an F-250 or something, right?
Yeah,
Big
Oh,
black
no.
truck.
a Dodge Ram. Yeah.
There's some
like
shenanigans.
2 feet of water. Monday. So Monday was like the extra day.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So we're out there, and we're sparing the people who seem to have nothing to do with it. And then you're wondering, like, why are you so close to the damn water? Like,
Right.
You are playing with fire over here. We're
Right.
seeing all
Stay-
the cars pass
stay
by,
home.
Yeah. But we went around. Some kids are there. Splash them. But the final one, we did like a couple, and it was like, okay, that's funny, but the final one was the best. We're on Harbor. And there's like this line of cars because people are going slow because of the flooding, right?
Right.
And in front of us is this golf cart filled with kids. I mean, teenagers, kids, whatever. And we kind of eyed them, and we weren't sure, but one of them, I think, at least Griff made me feel better by saying one of them had like a bodyboard on the thing. So we were like, okay.
They were wet. They're
Yeah,
cruising
they
around in a
were
golf
getting
cart.
into it, right?
Right.
They're like sitting in the front row of the Lolita show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
So
Good,
everybody's
good.
going slow, and Griff just is like, that's it. He overtakes all the cars, and when he gets to that golf cart, he just floors it, and it's a wave,
Like a.
flies off our cart that goes completely over.
Oh
like,
my god.
They're barreled in the.
yeah, barrel, like complete barrel, drenched them.
Was there an audible reaction? Did they scream? I mean,
I mean, did you see the reaction though? Did you turn around and look at
We
them?
kind of saw them, and
Did
then
you
we saw them
film
a little
it?
later.
I was like, dude, that's the other
Yeah, we
thing.
didn't film.
Why didn't you film it?
I don't know. I thought it was just going to be one of many, so it was
Oh
like, whatever.
man. That's hilarious. Did they look upset or like, yay?
No, they were a little bit.
probably had the best
They
time.
were more shocked than upset.
They're like,
they were
"Oh."
like, that really happened. Like, oh my god! And
You know how many times it happened to us on the key as a kid?
That sounds fun.
That the older like key rats would come and like totally splash the
Splash
younger
you.
ones. I mean, that happened to everybody. Everybody.
Sounds fun. You didn't tell me this.
I knew about it somehow because I think in the middle of it, Tom, they called Tom and they're like, "Come join me."
Come join our splash party.
And Tom goes, "You don't understand what these guys are doing." You know, he was already in bed, like watching a movie. And I go, "That's really funny, actually."
So wait, wasn't there? Can we talk about on one of the chats how someone was complaining about it?
okay, but let's get it. We'll get into
It's the same
news
topic.
first.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, we'll get into the news first because I have
Big
a
news,
bunch
big
to
news.
talk about that topic. All right, so that's your weekend, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I did
so.
go to the Yacht Club and have lunch one day.
Oh, how was that?
I don't know what days, because every day has been very blurry. I actually thought Sunday was still Saturday, and I was actually behind a day. It screwed me up. So I think it was Saturday is when I had lunch at the Yacht Club, and it was wonderful. They did a great job, and I had a great lunch. And
In the tent or where?
no, the tent's gone, brother. Tent is gone under the gazebo. 20,000 feet apart in the fresh air. It actually barely no one was there because it was raining. So, it was great. It was awesome. So the club's back.
So that just reminded us that we went to Scala last week.
Yes. We went
for a
to
nice
Scala
dinner.
on
Did you
Monday, like the first day.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you were going that night, and so he's not really.
He's not telling anybody.
It's not a thing.
No,
He
he's
said
not.
no reservations. That's what
Yeah.
he said. No reservations.
Yeah.
But
You
indoor
were the only
dining.
ones eating in there.
We were.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I brought my jar for my thermos for the sauce tonight. I'm going straight there after.
Nice.
He mentioned that other people have now started to ask for just the sauce
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Awesome.
because of you.
Of course.
Now there's an upcharge.
And so
Sure, whatever, man. Charge what you want.
eating in there was awesome. Really comfortable.
Yeah, we were
perfect.
so happy. We had the
Like,
best time.
Oh, and it's great. And the food's delicious. It's
Yeah, it
great.
was delicious.
we had
Awesome.
Just a great time. So
Slowly getting
And then
back.
because the key had opened already over the weekend, I'm like, oh, it's raining. Let's go eat some fried shrimp. Called La Camaronera on Flagler. Or
Oh.
no, is it on Flagler? Or on
I know what that is. I
it
love
on
that
Flagler?
place.
I love that place.
Yeah.
And I called them and I didn't realize that City of Miami had not opened up restaurants yet.
Oh.
So they're like, take out. I'm going to take out
No.
fried shrimp.
Yeah, no.
I want to eat
It gets
there.
all soggy.
And then,
No,
yeah,
no,
I want
no.
to eat there in the rain. But
Yeah.
they open today is the first day that restaurants open up in Miami. And
Awesome.
Miami Beach.
Slowly. And everyone be careful and do your thing.
all right, let's move on to the next part. It's called "What Are You Listening To?" And I want to know. What
I
you guys
got
are
one right
listening
here,
to.
man. I'm gonna. From now on, what are you listening to? For me, is going to be like, what's the last thing on my playlist? Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that.
The last thing I was listening to was this. Is very appropriate, I think. It's the Rain song, Led Zeppelin live at MSG,
Ooh, cool.
1973.
Ooh, pretty.
There you have it, baby.
Love
This
it.
is the springtime of my loving, the Corona season 2020. The Rain song. What
Well,
are you listening to, Lenny?
what I was listening to is going not way back, but it's actually a lot of fun. Let me turn it up and get ready because it's real exciting.
Rock Lobster?
Pearl Jam, Rear View Mirror. For some reason, I was rocking out to this in the middle of the giant rainstorm, and it was a lot of fun. I haven't heard it in a super long time. So Pearl Jam, Rear View Mirror. It's that album with the sheep doing that weird thing in the barbed wire.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good one. Do not
I
say the
have
name.
that. I have that on file.
All right, see you later.
What I've been listening to. So for some reason I skipped over Wilco in the early 2000s, and we have our friend James that really likes Wilco, and our other friend Al that really likes Wilco. And I don't know if you do.
James Walcott?
Yeah, James Walcott. And I don't know why I skipped over Wilco all these years, but so I called Rafa yesterday. I'm like, what album is cool? Trying to be cool and get into it. So I've been
Right.
listening to this album called The Ghost is Born, the whole past day. And there's a song called Handshake Drugs. It's really good.
All right.
Cool.
Funny. That's a...
Saxophone started blowing me
No, no, no.
down.
Covers are okay.
I just never
No,
know.
no.
I just never know when they're covers. They make me What about Handshake Drugs?
No, nothing. I just thought it was a fun of all the songs that you picked that one. Not because it's something that I think is like, oh, you picked that one. It's more like I don't know. You'll see as you get more into it.
Into
like,
Wilco? That's not a Wilco-y song?
I
or
mean,
what?
no, they're all Wilco-y songs, but it's just like, I don't know.
Whatever. I did listen to the other album you told me to, the Yankee Foxtrot, whatever.
Wendy says she loves Wilco in the comments.
Yay,
A very
Wednesday.
relevant comment.
So you told me to listen to Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, but for some reason that other album came on. That I think is a live album. My Ghost Is Born. That's where I got that song. 2004.
So
Love it.
guys, this is
What's your
weird.
song, Rafa? I can't wait.
Like, why? Because
What?
I have not listened to any music in the past week,
That's because you've been
That's
splashing kids on their golf
weird.
carts.
which is so weird.
You've been splashing kids on their golf cart.
I'm looking at my recents,
We've been
and there's
listening to the
nothing for
radio?
me to
Because we listen to the radio all the time.
pick, and nothing memorable for me this week. So I'll just have to be honest and say I don't have a song this week.
Wow.
Okay, fine.
Just like, what are you not
Interesting.
listening to on the No One's Listening show?
It's been very blurry this past couple weeks.
Yes, exactly. On those front yards, sometimes there's just no music,
No.
you know?
That is very true. But sometimes there is. But you can never, the sound of the street kind of overtakes it.
Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's get right
Streets,
into
such busy streets.
the talk of the town, everything that's happening in Key Biscayne. We could start right away with the flooding and the kids and the
Yeah.
So during the floods, there's some kids and they were not wakeboarding, like skimboarding and
Kids of all ages. I mean, I saw some 53-year-old kids out there.
exactly,
Yeah,
Paddleboarding,
exactly.
tied on to their cars, and so
Awesome.
dragging the car behind and doing the
Yeah.
thing.
Long-standing tradition. Somebody posted a picture on some old Key Rat chat or something
Yeah.
on Facebook, and you have, back in 1962, we
Yeah.
used to ride a piece of plywood, and it's like behind the truck, it was
We used
So
to
it's a
do it with
long-standing thing.
I used to do it with the hydro slides and stuff like that.
hydro slides.
Which, in fact, if I wasn't so hungover, I would have been out there too doing it.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, but I was super hungover.
It's always fun until you run into like a Range Rover.
Maybe I'm too old to do it.
So
Then.
what
Okay, I'm glad I
happened,
didn't
I
do it.
never did it when I was younger, and now I regret it. I'm too scared now.
So there's two things that I want to mention. The first thing is that, obviously there were some people who thought it was dangerous and they spoke up and they're like, this is dangerous. Should I call the police?
On the chats.
Svetlana.
On the chat.
On the
Sorry,
chat chats.
Svetlana.
The chat chats were on fire.
Which is a little much.
Was there
right?
people or person?
There was a
Actually-
couple people.
Yeah, it was a couple people.
Somebody trolled and somebody bit.
Yes.
I suppose. But the person was dead serious. They,
That was the Miami traffic chat because I saw a screenshot.
It's Miami-Dade traffic issues chat.
That's like the worst, the most toxic chat on Key Biscayne, I think,
The
isn't
worst
it?
is that she
Isn't it the
tagged-
first one?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. Go ahead, Anna.
No, the worst is that she tags
the chief of police.
press and says,
Yeah.
"Good afternoon. This is happening now in our streets. Should we call the police? Thanks, lady. What's up? What are you doing?
yeah, exactly.
If you're really that worried, you call the police.
Oh, whack.
Like, stop
Fine,
putting the
chill
chat
out.
chat. Just do it.
But the other thing, so obviously none of us give a crap if
No.
people do that or whatever, right? I mean, it happens maybe once a year if you're lucky, and it's not really an issue. And if somebody did get hurt, you
So,
know,
you know
this is
what,
like
is there-
There's a lot of people out here. You probably wouldn't even know.
Man,
It's the-
here's the
there
thing.
are many things we do that you could get hurt. That's that's just on the list.
Now here's something that I do kind of lament, I suppose, is that
What?
okay, these things are happening, right?
right.
It goes into the chats early, like first person, blah, it's suddenly in the chats, and then suddenly you have 10 more people on the streets doing the
Doing
same
it,
thing.
'cause
Right.
They saw it in
they
the
saw it.
chats.
Totally. That's
And like
what
fed
happened.
the fire.
So the first ones
That's
that
like a
went
restaurant
out,
getting
the first
ruined.
ones that went out, I recognized the
Right.
cars, and we're not going to say anyone's name. But,
Right, of course.
You know, it's like who you would expect to be out there doing it,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then
It's the
you're
KB
right.
Crips.
No.
I'm joking. I don't know.
You're right, Rafa. Be careful. Don't get on the wrong
I
side of the
know.
Crips. We'll talk about what happens to that later.
You might get cheesed.
I'm just playing.
It's what you're saying, Rafa, is that other people see it, and it's
Yeah.
I feel like there was way more cars than there were any other year that I've ever seen it because
Right.
of that.
You know what else I heard, which is a hazard, are the guys, the dads who went out there, moms and dads who went out there in their Range Rovers or
Right.
in their SUVs with the kids in the car and hauling ass, making huge spray
Well, yeah.
like you guys were doing, Rafa. But with, tons of people on the street. Like all these, kids are out there on kayaks for crying out loud.
Wait, I saw kids on like little like inflatable rafts, floating around and stuff.
I had a friend our age on a kayak.
Yeah.
So whatever, but it just is part of it. I don't know.
Just don't be hauling ass through the street.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just be careful.
The
But I
whole
agree
thing of
with you.
sharing it, I would tell people that if you don't want to see this stuff, don't share it. You know
But
what I mean?
Rafa, social media and chats have ruined everything.
Your life
it's the
has
same for a good
changed.
restaurant. A good restaurant happens, and then all of a sudden someone posts it and whatever,
And then it's ruined.
like, overly packed. And
Yeah. Anyway, I love
Life is ruined.
It made me happy to see the rats doing this.
Ratty stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is
It
fun.
reminded me of old times. Yeah, there was some things that I was like, oh shit, that might be dangerous, but
It's okay.
thank
guys.
God nothing happened. And it was a tale to tell. And it's
normal.
fun.
It's normal. It's
Nothing's
totally
gonna
normal.
happen. If anything,
mean,
somebody will
guys-
scuff their knee or something.
Or
it's
get,
no big deal.
they might get ringworm or something, but that's it.
Also, people have done dangerous shit forever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's nothing new. It's just the sharing is new, and that's it.
All right.
Love
it.
Looks fun.
That kind of leads us into the next thing,
What?
which is this article that came out in Key News. Jesus Christ.
About what? Mean people?
So what they did was
Rafa's all worked up about this one, I think.
I just don't like that they actually published it.
I thought it
think
was strange too. Sorry.
Let's talk about it. What happened?
Okay,
For
so we
for the
talked about
listeners.
this thing a couple weeks ago that somebody wrote into the Islander being like, Latin people don't follow the rules, right?
Right. We talked about that.
And their kids don't either.
Which
Yeah,
is
their
not
kids
nice.
don't either.
Which is kind of
Right, okay. I don't want to beat that dead horse of Latin
Exactly.
people or whatever. But then Charles Sherman, who is this guy,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show,
Is he friend of the show?
He
Indirectly,
goes-
he's been
goes and he finds the author and he kind of plays out the whole thing. So the guy was complaining about kids on golf carts and some other crap.
The author is a snowbird from somewhere who's been coming here for 20 years.
Yeah.
And
so
he wrote an editorial.
He starts talking to him and he gets kind of down to the bottom of like the whole issue. He talks to the village. He talks to the cops about why they don't do the thing. So I don't want to talk about like Latins versus not Latins because that's to me is stupid. When the whole
Agreed.
key is Latin,
I
obviously
agree.
everybody who breaks the rules is going to be Latin. You know what I mean? How else is it going to be? Except there's very few. The demographics have just shifted completely. So I just don't see. And to me, I mean, I know plenty of non-Latin people on this island who break a lot of rules. So
All right. So move on. No Latin.
so move
Latin
on
thing.
from that,
Yeah.
right? But the real thing is like three old guys talking about how kids are driving their golf carts, and he knows that they're kids. Okay, he knows it. He knows that they're underage.
And they're not wearing seatbelts.
No, he knows. He just knows it. He can see it because
Right.
he knows
What people look
exactly a 16-year-old is and is not. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
My
he knows
sister's
it.
29. She still looks like she's 16. Okay, so let's go.
She's lucky she does.
Okay, go on. Yes, I get what
Okay.
you're saying.
And then, he keeps saying that it's going to be a dangerous thing in the future. Now, do you guys agree? I'll tell you a couple things, but do you guys agree that kids driving golf carts is dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my hand is up.
Yes.
I have my hand up. Yeah, kids driving golf carts, it's dangerous if they're reckless, whatever. I also think that they're going to be doing it anyway. Why don't we give them the little license like Ocean Reef does when you turn, I think it's 14 or something like
What
that.
do you mean they're going to be doing it anyway?
They're going to be doing it anyway.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Dude, you didn't drive. You didn't drive before you were 16 on Key Biscayne?
I think they're.
Tell me the truth, Manny.
I didn't.
You did.
First of all,
That's because you're 100 years younger than us, okay? Manny?
I rode my big wheel around town.
That's bullshit. He was riding golf carts and doing the thing.
I was
think
not. There were no golf carts.
there were some. I was actually driving.
There were none.
Okay,
There
wait,
was,
But wait.
That-
Can I
No,
say wait? Can I say something to that effect though
Right.
about the 100 years
There were
difference? Whatever?
mopeds.
Right.
Because things have shifted. There
Right.
are a lot more cars on the key now than there were when you
I
guys were
agree.
younger.
Yeah, even
And it's not about if they're reckless or not. It's their decision-making skills. If a car makes a bad decision,
100%.
how do they react? Because that's really the big problem. Is the
I agree.
cars, you
So,
know?
so then there could be like a thing, like 14, 15
No.
years old, like they do in Ocean Reef.
So
No? I think
know.
so. I say yes.
I think there's too many cars on the key now.
And by the
Something
way,
like that.
when you have kids, you'll be like, oh yeah, go
So the way-
get some milk at the store, 14 years old.
Go get me cigarettes.
Yeah.
I started.
I don't even smoke.
You'll see.
I started thinking about this and I was like, okay, normally I hate laws that are there that people just flaunt them. And the police was like, well, we don't always we're lenient with some things or it's not with others, whatever. I hate laws that don't need to be there, right? Like, but when they are there, I like them to be enforced, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. If you're going to have it, enforce it.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that.
So what's your second? Leading up
The second question I had, which I didn't get an answer for, is like, how many golf cart accidents are there on the Key every year? And I want to say it's 0.
I've never heard of one.
There have been some accidents, actually, that some people have gotten really hurt, even in Ocean Reef.
There's one that flipped over.
In Ocean, and here it's happened a couple times.
I mean, I flipped a golf cart and Bobby got really hurt, but
it has happened. It's rare, but it has happened.
But how many of those are with young drivers? The only one I've heard of is the adult driver.
The only one I know is an adult driver.
Yeah.
I know I know.
With kids?
Yeah. So Lauren had some friends who were in, this is when they were in 8th grade that were here on the Key and they flipped a golf cart and they hurt themselves.
I remember that. That was one.
But that was, and by the way, she's 20 now.
So
okay. I haven't heard anything else and I haven't read anything else here on the Key about it. So
there's a couple. So that's why. So when I look at this thing and I see like articles written about it and all this fuss in the newspaper about it, I think to myself, there's probably less than one accident a year, right?
So educate them.
Any accident that happens is kind of like an anomaly. You can't really.
So you just proved
it could be a person who's underage or overage. I'm not saying that's not a reason to do enforcement. I'm saying that's a reason not to write articles about it. You get what I mean?
Right.
Like, why are you guys all getting worked up about a thing that is not really a problem?
Non-existent. Right. So, but why don't we do this? Why don't we also educate these kids and let them know how to drive responsibly instead of.
I would love a thing that said, hey, they do a mailer a thing to the schools and the cops go and they're like, hey, if we catch you driving underage without a license, you're going to not have your licenence till you're 18, That's how
I think they do that already,
severe.
Rafa.
What if I was driving a car?
That's really severe also.
Really?
Oh my God, Anna.
2 years is a big deal to not have a driver's license when you're in this town. It's a really big deal.
I was
16.
Where?
Not anymore.
I was
Now
14.
you're Ubering,
There's Uber. Okay, sorry. You're right. Because
back
before
to the golf cart thing, if you wanted to bring it in a year earlier, like 14,
I think it's okay.
I don't like it for the kids on their own to do it, but
I'm okay with
if
it.
the kid was going to drive with a parent,
there you go. To educate them and teach them. I agree.
1 year with a golf cart license, 1 year with a 15-year-old permit, and then you're ready for your license at 16.
Yeah.
I say educate them. That's it. Don't let them, because
it's going to happen.
They're,
Anyway.
right.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take like a 3-hour course online?
My problem is the article also, like the writing of the article and then the publishing of this stuff.
You get a cute little Key Biscayne license. You go to the police department. You do a little test, and you get a little Key Biscayne, underage 15 years old license. Everyone's happy, and you get to drive your golf cart around peacefully. And you took the little lesson that the cop gave you. Why not?
We're not allowed to do that. No, I want to stick to this a little bit. I like this topic.
Manny's like, get over it. Get over it.
Manny's
Move
going
on.
to this topic, but I like this topic because
it's an issue.
I don't think that making a kid wait 2 years to get a license
I think that's a big
is
deal.
that
Because he
big.
drove a golf cart once and got caught. Get out of here.
Okay, wait.
That's not.
Number one, you have all your friends who might have a license.
I agree.
Okay. Number two, what is this privileged thing of I'm going to have a car to be able to drive it?
I didn't say I'm going to have a car. I said I'm going to have a license when I'm 16. You can borrow your parents' car. You could go to stuff and things. I remember how much I drove from 16 to 18. It was a lot. And the friends who didn't have licenses were like,
and by the way,
annoying little hindrance that I had to take care of all the time.
Anna, that was before Uber.
That was before Uber.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a different generation.
Very different. See, I'm old
They're
too.
not, but you're not that old. I know, but they're not driving as much. Our kid, like Manny's, our kids.
They don't drive to parties at night, huh?
No, because they don't want to be, drinking and driving,
everywhere.
which is smart.
No, it's
so they take
amazing.
Ubers and Lyft and all that. So anyway, I don't see a problem with doing it at 14, getting a little license like Ocean Reef and doing it. Legally, I don't know what that is, but I don't mind it. I'm okay with it. I really am.
I mean, I don't need them to drive those golf carts, but at the same time, I don't need them to write articles about kids driving golf carts because it's not really a problem.
Because there's nothing to be...
My thing is with the articles.
It's like
and with
old
the
man yells at
punishment.
cloud. You know what I mean?
By the way, and can we just
we've
say...
given him plenty of airtime tonight, so nice job for Charles Sherman and Key News.
All right, here's one more thing. I'm going to tell you right now. Do you think half of those nannies that are driving those golf carts have a license?
Probably not.
Probably not. Let's just go there.
I've driven a golf
Put 'em
cart
in
like 3 times in my life. I'm just like not in golf cart culture,
I
so I don't
told
know.
you-
I guess it's a big deal.
Put them in the wagon.
I told you my opinion. If a kid gets caught driving before he's has a driver's license in a
Right.
golf cart,
Yeah.
he is then forced to have his nanny take him everywhere until he's 17.
Right, social suey. That's not a good idea.
Until he's 18.
Yeah, not a
Love
good
it.
idea.
All
Anyway,
right,
whatever,
moving
move on.
The beach is open Monday.
Scary.
Monday,
Yay.
June 1st.
I'm
But
scared
there's
though.
so much seaweed.
Miami-Dade will open their beaches, and Key Biscayne will follow suit, and so will the Cape Florida
So-
State Park.
Oh.
And so that's when I think everything kind of goes back to normal because you're going to
that's-
have all the traffic and all the people and
already traffic.
everybody coming to the Key, all that stuff. What do you guys think?
Well, the beach is open for people to just walk and swim.
I don't
and-
think it says that.
Yeah, it does. You can't picnic. You can't play sports.
It doesn't say.
Can
no.
you bring chairs?
No, you got. It said you can't picnic. You can't play sports. You have to sit only with family members. Listen,
You can
I don't know
sit.
how.
That's everything.
I don't know how they're going to be able to.
Tiki
I don't know.
time.
It's going to be full on.
I'm not going to the beach until August. Okay.
I'll go. I'm okay with
Well,
it.
Lenny, I was going to ask you if you wanted to be a fill-a-bag volunteer, and anyone listening that's interested in getting back to the beach and doing something active, doing the ultimate social distancing activity.
Yes, I
filling
can
a
do that.
bucket of trash out
I'll do
there. It's perfect. You're on your own. You're separated from everyone. You're focused.
Wearing
You're out on the
gloves.
I love
beach.
filling a
You're
bag.
wearing-
I'm in.
yeah, we'll talk about definitely you definitely take all the precautions. We can't organize cleanups, but Fill a Bag isn't really about that. So we're going to make sure that all of the stations on the Key, there's like 6 of them, 6 or 7,
Have
going
white
to be
bees or something.
stocked with buckets.
Nice.
We'll even have some extra ones there. You show up, you grab one, you take a walk. We're looking for ambassadors that want to man a station, not man a station, but work off of a station. So work that general area. And since there's so many people out there, it's a great exposure opportunity. It's a
Right.
great chance to, engage people at a distance. And hey, what are you doing? Or how what's this? Or
I'm catching some rays and drinking some beers,
Cool.
man.
I'll fill a bag while I do that.
I'll
though.
fill a bag.
I'm definitely drinking some rosé though. But I'm
once
down to fill a bag.
once you do
we
it,
always fill stuff. Rafa, you
know.
and I
yeah,
always get
of
some
course.
trash.
Rafa's
Yeah.
acting. Rafa, he sends me pictures of shoes that he finds and fills.
My shoes.
But so it's almost not
hilarious.
fair.
Are you wearing
where
a pair
you can-
now?
Yeah, they're your shoes.
Guys just look to see the same thing. They have holes.
He has a big
Oh,
hole
my Lord.
shoe.
They have two
Oh,
holes.
man,
I'm like, did you
shoes
find
are
those on
made
the-
for radio?
Did you find those on the beach?
You find those in the bucket.
And they're matching.
Upcycling, guys.
So we're going to be out there every day this week. Somebody will, if you're interested in being a Fill-A-Bag ambassador, if you already do it anyway, and you just want to kind of be part of this back to the beach vibe, hit us up.
And you know what? I can do an early morning paddle because no one will be there.
There you go.
Nanny, let me know.
You can, although the wind's going to be coming from the wrong way.
Oh, bummer.
the first
So let
thing
me know.
First thing I checked was the wind, because if it was from the west, we're going to do a nice paddle
Right,
on
there's
your
not-
own,
right.
not organized. You can't do an organized thing. And
Yes, you
and-
can.
but
Everyone
if it's
spreads
from the
out, yeah.
east, it's bringing in seaweed, like you said. It's like,
right.
oh my god,
So
I
I've
can't wait
seen
to
some
get out there.
pictures. Rafa gets these pictures because he goes to this building.
It's trashy out there
Oh,
for
man,
sure.
it is
Plus, I
so
want to take
seaweedy.
do a census of the turtles.
So there's a couple things. Apparently, they have been mulling not picking up the seaweed.
I kinda
to
like it.
discourage to kind of keep volume low.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
You know?
And
But
it's also
not
good.
set- yeah, but it's definitely a good idea if you want to keep the crowds kind of to a minimum, right? And the other thing I was thinking is that they're going to open the state park, right? That means
Yeah.
our non-resident restriction
I know, it's
is
over.
gonna-
Gone away.
But they haven't actually gotten rid of the non-resident restriction. You think they're going to
What,
No.
set up a-
what non-resident restriction?
yeah,
Is it
they
non-resident
checked
restriction.
twice.
No way.
No, they
Yeah.
don't. I mean,
You mean if someone from Brickell wants to come and have dinner at Rendazzo's, they can't come?
That's not
Technically,
true.
no.
They're not
And
supposed to.
if they try to come at the wrong time, they will.
Hey, are we
have
on
somebody to
are we still on a
step
curfew?
up. Yeah, we're still on
11.
curfew
It changed
at
from
11
10 to 11.
p.m.
Oh, I didn't know that last week.
And so it makes me wonder, like, are they going to like accept reality and get rid of this stupid thing or keep it going, you know, at this point? Not stupid, but are they going to get rid of it because...
What stupid thing? The curfew or the non-resident?
Non-resident thing.
Well,
because-
I think the non-resident is an issue. Okay, because I think anyone's coming in right now.
Checkpoints, but not many
No,
guys. I mean.
and I think that's a non-issue, and I think they're all probably going to have to lift it once they open the beaches. Obviously, has to be.
What they're doing at Cape Florida is they're doing a limit on people that can come in. So once it gets to, if the limit's like 200 cars or 100 cars or whatever, once they hit the limit, they close the gate for the day. Not like idea. One in, one out, one out, one in.
That's a good idea.
It's just closed.
Do you know how much traffic we're going to have on Crandon Boulevard? And I will not step into 7-Eleven for at least 3 months because of that. Seriously, I'm not
people
kidding.
that get turned away?
Yeah, because they're going to be like, oh, no, like in their cars.
That's the
they're all going to go head out to Master Bridge and start fishing.
There's going to be, Hobie Beach is going to be packed.
Oh, it's going to be.
Hobie Beach is going to be out of control. So this is happening, Saturday, right?
Monday. So we still have this weekend.
Oh, good, okay.
Of nothingness. And then Monday.
All right, we'll see.
Hit me up if you want. We have from sunrise to sunset to have people out there filling a bag.
On Monday.
Every day.
Okay, no, but starting Monday.
Yeah, starting Monday.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to come Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. So it'll be quiet. It'll be nice.
To the beach?
Meaning regular, I think so.
I think everyone's going to go to the beach on Monday at some point. Everyone from the Key.
No, yep.
At some point is going to find their way to the beach because people are just doing the loser lap walking around anyway. So they're like, let's just go that way.
Yeah, but
we can go to the beach.
The following week is going to be crazy town.
That now that we're kind of done talking about this, everything's kind of open right now, right?
Yeah.
Except for the beach. It's pretty much the only thing that's not open, right?
Yeah.
And then we saw this huge uptick in the walkers and the exercisers and all that stuff, right? So when do we see the down? Does the downtick ever happen in the walkers? And
I'm going to tell you when it's going to happen.
Because when does that happen?
I'm going to tell you because now the weather's going to get hot as balls, and no one's going to want to be riding their bikes and the thing. It's gonna be a lull now, and a lot of people are going to be escaping. You know how many RVs are going to probably be on the road. You know, when people are driving, it's going to be people are going to want to get out. They're tired of being locked in.
You just contradicted yourself. They're going to want to get out, but
leave Florida to cooler, the Northeast. They're going to have cool nights and hot days.
There will be a lot more road trips. I know, but 100%. I think there's going to be a lot more regional vacations. Go up, to Melbourne Beach.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think, but it's going to.
I think they're still going to be out there walking, and people are still going to.
In the late afternoon.
Yeah, in the late afternoon.
After the mosquitoes.
Like they do now. No, people
so
aren't really
I
out
got
there
a confirmation from the mayor.
Okay.
That they will.
Thank you, Mike Davey.
Probably not have the resident restriction.
Of course.
He said probably, but
for sure.
Because it'll be too hard to enforce once the state park opens.
Of course.
So then that means all the non-residents will be here.
That's fine.
I will remind you guys that we did this survey. I did this survey on Tropical Rag, tropicalrag.com.
We're going to hear the results later.
Or now.
I did the survey, and the one thing that everybody said no to was removing the non-resident restriction. Everybody said no.
And I'm going to tell you.
Monday, it's out.
One way I thought that might be interesting, and
I'll tell you why they said that.
I pinged Mike about it too, just ask him if it might be a possibility in the transition mode, is to say, okay, open the beaches, Crandon Park, Bill Bags, but the parking lots stay closed. So if you want to come to the beach, you can ride your bike in, you can walk in, you can jog, you can skate in, but the parking lots are closed. So that would help mitigate the risk of a huge crowd showing up and taking every shelter, and then do that for a week or 14 days. It seems to be 14 days seems to be the swing week.
Right.
But what'd you do that for Crandon, I guess?
For Crandon and Bill Bags.
The state park.
And Bill Bags,
I would do it for the state park.
Imagine people here on the island would have an opportunity to really discover the park.
Look, I would love that, but when you say those things, the only thing I think about, and when we talked about the driver's license is just for the key, is exactly who is in charge of those things.
Right.
And so it's the state park, you got to talk to the governor.
I know. I was curious if it
We're dreaming here, okay, Rafa?
That was a utopian vision.
I like the utopian vision. I think it makes sense.
And then what? You close the beach club parking lot too?
Sure, why not?
You know?
To cars.
Hey, by
You
the
can ride
way,
your bike in there.
by the way, Manny, your dream works on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays here at the state parks. There's
Yeah,
usually no one
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the
Yeah.
weekends when it's like, ding, ding, like packed.
I like the idea though.
Me too.
And
All
if
right,
it
well,
were-
we'll
but
see you out on the beach,
listen,
right?
But it's something that they're doing in other states, and why can't we do it?
By the way, what's happening in other states
Because
is
we didn't think about
too
it.
much
Is what?
crowded. It's very crowded. Those
What,
beaches.
the beaches?
No, but like in California and somewhere in another state is practicing that. There's no parking lot.
Right.
open, Like I don't know how many miles away from the beach.
It's true. They
So
are.
it's-
You're right.
yeah. And that, I mean, I don't know if it's working, but I like the idea.
You know what's funny is probably because their beaches have parking lots, whereas ours,
Yeah.
even Miami Beach, you don't park at the
No, you park on the road.
Has parking lot.
Hobie
Bags
Beach.
does.
And so does
a
Hobie
parking
Beach
lot.
is Hobie Beach is a parking
And Crandon,
lot.
Crandon Park is a giant, humongous parking lot.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about, Rafa.
Yeah, that one could definitely work, and people would go on their bikes, and that would be a thing.
You know,
But
the other
people are tired of it at this point.
the other
They
really
wanna go
cool
to the beach.
thing, which I would love, is Mashta, the flats. You know, they've kept the boats off the flats, which has been really nice, and they should still keep it that way and just have paddlers and kayakers only. Honestly, it'll keep the seagrass healthy. It'd be so much better for the environment if they could still keep that going. I've noticed a huge difference of me paddling out there with the sharks and the thing, everything. I wish we could keep that.
Speaking of environment, do you have that article that Lenny shared today on the chat in our queue today?
Oh, about the water quality?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
they-
don't, but I like that as a segue.
They did a Lenny, you want to describe it or should I?
You can describe it because you're probably better.
They
I love gin.
I'm tipsy.
So they have-
University of
I had
Miami.
half a drink. I'm tipsy.
Some scientists from the University of Miami have been doing a study on the water quality
Right.
now, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
somehow they have connected. Just because there's been no human activity
Right.
basically on the beaches, they're hypothesizing that it is humans shedding bacteria, like you shed a virus,
Yep.
in the water and on the sand, and that was the cause of the high bacteria levels and the
Entrecoche.
that we've.
The
And
entrecoche
it
that we
wasn't
keep
the
talking about.
manatees, okay? I mean,
And it wasn't
Most
Chico.
important,
it
most
wasn't
important,
Chico.
and most importantly, that it wasn't the sewage system.
No.
And it wasn't the water
failures.
treatment facility.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? It's so crazy, actually.
Well,
And so-
I was texting with a friend of mine who's an investigative reporter.
Okay.
And I told you that I shared it with him. He said that
Right.
he had seen it,
Right.
and that he was following up, and that
Right.
that he agrees with me. I'm a little skeptical,
Of course.
but super curious. Could that be it?
I mean, it's
I
been
have a
2 months that no
question,
one's been on the
though.
beaches, by the way. That's a long time. And I'm going to tell you right now, since we haven't been around the oceans and stuff like that, I've seen so many more sharks and manatees and wildlife and clearer water. I mean, the picture I posted you guys when I was in the Mashta Flats, it looked like a Bahamian waters. It
But
was
that doesn't
beautiful.
have to do with the people
Yes,
on
it
the
does.
beach, though. The boaters, yes.
Yeah,
all
people.
The fuel,
People on the
whatever.
beach, like-
yeah, but like our bodies being in the water, that means that every beach then measures with
Well,
levels of entrecoche.
Why-
No?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
No,
That
we're
was a
just
test
dirtier
just happened
people.
here.
Are we just gross? Because who's pooping in the water? I pee all the time. But so does every beach and everywhere in the world.
Even in Brazil, I heard that place right? Is that not true? That
Where?
we're super. I forgot the name of the place. Anyway,
There's entrecoche
Ipanema,
over there too.
Copacabana.
no, it was one like right there by like the capital, like that little cove area is like beautiful now.
But that's everywhere, right? Where there's less cars and less
Right.
fuel and
Anyway,
whatever with the
I don't
boats.
know.
But the people on the beach, guys,
Maybe-
really,
maybe
could that
we
be,
should-
Could that really be?
So
Wait, you're reading it? Are you reading it for real now?
I'm reading the article. and Some of the things are just like, I don't know. I wish the article had like the data for every day, right?
Right.
Like, it
That would be
smart if they
interesting.
tested it every day.
Yeah.
But some of the things they say is like only a few days. Wait, where is it here? But in lab samples collected days after beach closures went into effect, those levels dropped considerably. to less than 1 CFU per gram, from 1,000 to less than 1, right? But here's the thing. Like, the amount of people on the beach goes from 1,000 to 1 every weekend from Sunday to Monday. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
Maybe it was just a low poop weekend.
And you know what? I would.
People ate less.
I also would love to know after these huge rainfalls if they test now with the seaweed and everything what that would be, because we haven't been out there either. You know, the
Exactly.
rainfall
Yeah.
and the seaweed. That would be interesting too.
there's a ton of seaweed out there right now. I mean, maybe it is the people. Who knows?
Who knows?
There's
You know, it could be.
something. There's something missing from that study, guys. There's no way that it's people's skin shedding and they're, peeing in the water or pooping in the water, whatever. That's going to
It's interesting. This is
amount to that. I don't.
University of Miami. Please do another study.
I hope it. I hope they took data for every single day, because
It'd be nice to
Also,
know.
can we compare it to different beaches? Because if
right now the beach is filled with seaweed, whereas when this
Yeah.
whole thing started, I remember sending pictures to you guys.
It was
from the
beautiful.
apartment
oh, it was
window,
amazing.
like, oh my God, it's
Like,
the
why are we
nicest
not there?
day, and it hasn't been this nice.
No, listen,
in a
Yeah,
year.
it's
think
March.
that- I
March
think
is
that-
amazing.
I think that the Corona thing is over officially after this last weekend, because the whole quarantine, it was beautiful. The weather was epic. It was like
It's March and April. It's the best
for
thing ever.
April and May, it was cool. It was west winds. It was
Gorgeous.
beautiful out. As soon as it turns to shit, like this weekend, Doral flooded, like it was underwater, you
Yeah.
know? And the seaweed is back, you know? So
perfect.
it's like, hey, it must be time to get back to normal.
Get back.
No, it's every Memorial Day weekend. That's when it starts. Every Memorial. There always rains Memorial Day weekend. So here we are.
Okay,
Yes.
moving on from the beaches.
Yeah.
To the beaches.
This is one little piece of news for you guys. The Key decided to, if I'm correct, decided to spend $300,000, some of it from the state, some of it from us, to paint all the bike lanes on Crandon green,
Right.
like green, like the ones off the Key,
Right.
Like on the
or sorry,
Rickenbacker?
off the Key,
Right,
like the
right,
ones
right.
that you get outside of the
In
village.
the bushy area?
And they had a big debate, and the debate was really about, should we really paint these things or not? Because if we paint them,
problem?
some people, it'll encourage people to bike,
Well, I
a
don't
good
have
thing.
a problem with that.
and it'll encourage the bikers from off the Key. That's
Oh.
No, they're here
and
anyway.
but the other argument was it'll make the people who bike on the Key a little safer. What do you guys think? Do you even think that's like a way to frame the argument?
That's
the
a
first
weird way to
question.
frame the argument. Anybody that's biking off the Key that's a cyclist, if they want to come into the island, the color green is not deterring them from doing so. There's
Right,
not
they'll
enough
still do
traffic
it.
on here for it to be.
No.
Yeah.
Sere, no puedo ir para allá.
I can't go. The ground isn't green. Yeah,
No
the
está
ground
verde
is
pa' acá.
green all through the bushy
So-
area, and then all of a sudden it's not green. You're not gonna. No, they're gonna go if they want
De la
to.
vuelta, Sere.
So,
You're on
du-
an adrenaline high. If you want to keep going, you keep going.
so during the quarantine, everyone, I felt like in Key Biscayne, was riding their bike.
started jogging.
Finally. I think hopefully it'll encourage Key Biscayners to ride their bikes around here
think
and
paint the green.
be
Did they
safe.
do it already? I mean, I didn't notice.
I don't think
No, they have
have.
not. They have not done it. 'Cause
I-
How much? $300,000? Man,
can we use that money for something else?
we can do it for $150. What do you think?
I have to say, when they proposed that plan for the Rickenbacker and the Bushy area, I was like, oh no, it's going to change it. And I think it's great. And I've biked on it and thought it was great. And I think
Me
it's
too.
a good thing. It's a
But I'm
condition.
gonna tell you something funny. Remember when we couldn't ride bikes anywhere but the green area to the Bearcut Bridge and stuff like that? We weren't allowed to be in Crandon Park and all that stuff. Do you remember that?
During the quarantine?
During the quarantine.
yeah.
A week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Remember
Do you remember that time a couple weeks ago?
Yesterday?
Even though I snuck into the other area, but anyway, there was a part of it that I was riding my bike on the green part, needing my little
too.
cute bike, and the Peloton people were not happy. God, move out of the way!
Oh, no, I was
too
so
slow.
embarrassed
Oh, no, they go,
because
too
everybody
slow.
would pass me.
Apúrate! They were mad at me because I was in their area. Okay, so that might
Me too.
scare.
I had Chico in the trailer behind me.
Right? You got
I'm
it
going
too?
on the only gear that works on my bike. You know?
So it got a little
Super
aggressive.
slow. These guys, my seat post was down, so I was like really awkward. And these guys just flew by
so
me. And I
no
was
one
like, wait
treated-
for me, guys.
No one
I
treated
wanted to
me
be part of the
badly.
peloton.
No, they told me to hurry up and move
No.
over. Like it got
were
ugly.
flirting
No
with
one
you.
treated
No,
me
they weren't.
badly, but my ego went down the drain because people, old ladies were passing me on their bikes. I was like, oh my God. What are we doing?
So I wonder if the green coming in here is going to be like, wait, move out of the way, move out of the way. You know, there's people like who are speed racing, peloton, want, you know, mom and pop and their kids on their bicycle to move out of the way. I don't know. That's the other reason that I don't know about the
I
green.
think it's
So
fine.
are those guys going to crowd out our locals when
I don't know.
they paint them green?
No, I bike on the sidewalk anyway.
Well, now
so-
we do, but when we couldn't, I couldn't.
All right.
All right, move on.
The question is the 300 grand worth it? But whatever.
No.
Okay, so have you guys been in a restaurant yet?
Yes.
Where? Which restaurant?
The Key Biscayne Yacht Club.
Yes, I'm saying
was-
inside.
Manuel?
Yeah, this weekend I said we went up to Melbourne Beach, and
No, but
Okay.
in
what do you
the
mean?
key, in the key.
Listen, this was my first time in a restaurant.
We're talking about
In
Key
Melbourne Beach,
Biscayne,
which
Mary.
Melbourne Beach is like light years ahead. They were like on May 1st they were open.
Yeah.
You know, this was in 3 weeks, and Corona time is a long time.
Okay, but they're like a little place far away. We're like Miami.
No, they were still well, okay. Maybe let
We're
me.
big
So what happened?
Still,
How was the experience?
They were.
How was your first time?
Right. So it was very clear. The bar itself was closed in this restaurant. It looked like a Scotty's type restaurant. You
Okay.
know? So it was indoors, but kind of,
Outdoors.
with like louvered windows.
Gotcha.
There's a little more indoors than Scotty's. Tables were all separated. All the servers had masks on. So
Ooh,
it was,
horrible.
I felt awful for the
Yeah,
servers.
well,
I was like, man, they're
that sucks.
hot, sweaty. And
No, horrible. But they got to
and
do
it's,
it.
and everyone was trying. You felt like you really wanted to help the place.
Yeah.
And the food was awful at this one particular restaurant I went to.
It
But-
always is in these little Florida
But it was our
restaurants.
first time at a
you know?
restaurant, and it was our first time at a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
That's big.
That's big.
The place was clean. It was really.
Of course.
Did you bring your own sheets? Just kidding.
No, only Jonathan does that.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Sleeps
I
in a
can't.
sleeping bag
I
on
can't.
top of the hotel bag.
He was ahead of his time. Okay.
So, have you been to a restaurant here? Yes, right.
La
You were at
Scala.
La Scala.
Yeah. And
mean-
I would gladly go into any restaurant because
Me too.
it's definitely, I don't know. I guess you're in there longer than you are at Winn-Dixie, but there's definitely going to be less people.
I've ordered from a lot of restaurants, like
That's not what we're asking, Lenny.
Origins.
Have you been into a restaurant to eat at a restaurant?
I've gone to pick up stuff.
No. Okay, here we
From-
go.
I
again.
have to say, no, but I have to say,
Have you been inside to a restaurant and to sit inside
Don't-
a restaurant, not the gazebo at the yacht club? That's as close as you've been.
No, I
really.
haven't.
Have you
I
been
have
to
to
a...
say that
So you
being,
will eventually
Stop.
go
For
to
sure.
a restaurant
I will.
inside. Everybody
I
will.
Of course. I will for
have
sure.
to say?
that being at La Scala, at least because it's a smaller institution, it felt nice. Larger restaurants, I don't know. I'd feel funny. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe next week I'll tell you that I went to.
It's going to
big
be
one.
now the best review of a restaurant's going to be like, how was it, man? Man, it's fucking empty, dude.
That was great.
Oh, really? Wow. Do you need a reservation?
I'll tell you something. We drove around the other night and we are like, let's see if Taco City is open or whatever it's called. Costa Med had all their tables outside and it was popping.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
popping. People were there.
Popping.
Yeah.
Costa Med.
People were ready to be
They
back
took
in
over
there.
the Taco City area.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's going on.
Tom's
have
eaten
you-
indoors before.
Have you guys been to
Donut Gallery.
stores?
Oh, nice.
Any other stores that have reopened? Have you guys used any other services
No.
yet?
No.
Me, no. Just
I don't
the
even
ones
know
that
what
were
a store is
open
anymore.
during the quarantine. I haven't
Right.
been to anything else.
Yeah, no, I've been to any store. I'm still ordering groceries online. I hate Winn-Dixie. Sorry.
I've been in a restaurant
Wait,
and a
stores
hotel, so I think I'm way advanced here in this one.
And thank God you're sitting 20 feet away from me, motherfucker.
And how ready are you guys for the next step? Because, I'm ready. I'm ready
ready.
for the only step I want is Phase Bar.
Everyone's ready. I
Phase
think
open the
everyone's
bar.
done.
That's
I'm
the one I'm
nervous.
waiting for.
Rafa, I'm nervous with you and
Really?
Faye's bar.
Oh, yeah.
Not because of Coronas, because you're going to be out drinking all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. That first weekend.
Don't call you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going.
You're over that corner stage, man.
Yeah, there's plenty more. Like, I'm going to go to all of them. The Deuce,
I want to go to the corner. I'm
One,
dying to sit at the corner.
Yeah, dying to sit at the corner, at the
Everywhere.
Deuce. Yeah,
But I
all of
will
them.
say I don't miss spending all that Monday.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Well, that's another
exactly.
thing. I've saved so much money.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not excited for the day we start going to bars and then we're like, oh wait, why don't I have any money?
All right. So isn't that what the question? The question of the decade? No, I'm just kidding. The 2 months. Like, what's the first thing?
what's the first thing you're going to do?
Like, what do you want to do when
I think
everything?
the fact that we're easing
opens
into it
up.
so slowly, it's like
I know what I wanna
lost
do.
that, like excitement. Wait, what are you gonna do?
once everything's really, 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 really open, I want to see live music.
Oh my God, I know, me too.
In a I want to
sweaty place.
Jazz Fest. I miss my Jazz Fest, guys. I'm sad. I actually got a little depressed because I miss my live music fest. That's what I want to do.
I figure that goes
It's gonna
hand.
feel great. It's really.
Oh my God.
It's gonna feel
Yeah.
so good.
I figure that goes hand in hand with the bars opening. You can see some live music,
Right.
And then big events. I don't know when they'll happen, but it'll be soon after the bars.
It's
I
not going to be
suppose.
for a long time. They're talking about
Yeah,
sporting.
2021.
All the leagues are talking about coming back online. Some of them are going right into playoffs, like hockey,
Right.
basketball. They're usually doing their playoff right now.
Right.
Baseball has half a year left, and then football, obviously. Even with football, which is in the fall, all the way to December, they're talking about playing in front of
2021. Yeah.
playing in front of nobody.
Yeah.
you know?
Right. That's crazy.
I have a feeling music festivals and large scale concerts is going to be next year.
I just saved my tickets for Jazz Fest. I did not get my refund. I kept
Good.
it till next year.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm going.
That's exciting. That's
Yes.
So-
Yes.
good. That's a good plan.
So one of the things I have to deal
And
with,
good answer.
Right?
Live
and I
music.
guess it's a good segue, is the 4th of July parade.
Oh, I've get so many questions that people are asking me. So
They,
please.
they canceled the fireworks, right?
Right.
Boo.
But now, come 4th of July, okay, the beaches will be open.
Right.
We are not going to do a conventional parade. Like right now, our plan is to just drive around the key.
Like a loser lap around the key?
Yeah, exactly. So, but at the same time, we're gonna have to be dealing with all the people going to the beaches and doing all that stuff. Like, I don't think people are gonna stop for 4th of July to not, they're gonna play out their 4th of July just like any other one.
So I have friends off the key who already booked the Silver Sands thinking there was a parade. And I said, dude, there's no parade. They're like, gay. How can that be?
We'll pass by there, but it's not
I know.
gonna be the
And
same.
what I know, and which I don't know. I mean, I know it's already done and set in stone, but couldn't we have did the markings like this? You can stand here, you can stand like that, or no? That would never happen. How do you control that?
How do you control that?
You can't control it.
I think people are concerned
It's gonna
about
be
doing
sad.
something that close to a potential second wave.
Right.
That's when and then all of a sudden you'd have to cancel it. How much work does it take to put on a parade?
Right. So
A lot
I
of
get
money.
it. So what? There's going to be they're doing a thing that you drive around the key and you have to stand in front of your house.
You don't have to stand in front of your house.
No,
We're
but
just trying to hit as many streets as possible.
So what? It's
people
like
don't congregate.
Harbor. You're going to do the circle, Harbor and Crandon?
And then and we're gonna do we're gonna go down those streets. So
Westwood?
We'll go down East
That's
Drive
gonna be
and all that stuff. So
Brutal
we'll
for the
get
the
down to the
floats.
Sands.
It's going to be like a
Yeah, no one can
6-hour
walk.
parade.
What floats? It's a locals only parade.
Oh, shish kebabs.
Yeah.
So who's going to be doing that? Like golf carts?
Golf carts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or build your own float.
But now that the non-resident
7
restriction
years.
is going away,
So
we can maybe bring in some people from Miami. There's no bands to bring in.
Right. How's
'cause
it-
they're
this is
not,
gonna-
they're not practicing.
What are you gonna
We
do
have
with
some
them all
local
after?
bands.
we got to reinvent this shit.
I
That's going to be,
suppose.
we got to
But-
think about this.
Have to reinvent the 4th of July parade.
Yeah.
I love the idea of us going down the side streets and people getting,
At least Westwood
And I
and,
love
whatever.
yeah. No, we're gonna do that.
Does
Yeah.
St. Agnes not have a marching band?
No, they
They
don't.
don't, but they should.
That's yes.
But
They
even
should.
then,
You're
we don't
hilarious.
we don't wanna
Oh my
march
God.
Because it would take us
It's too long.
to go around.
No, you have
the
to be
key.
on a vehicle.
So
Oh,
we
that's
this year we
right,
don't
I
want any
forgot.
marchers. We want people on the backs of
Yeah,
a
but put
truck
them on
or-
a trailer with a hitch and a
exactly
platform.
exactly.
And no junk canoe. This is-
Ah!
So you know what you're going to have is you're going to have people show up at homes
Yeah.
along this route,
Yeah,
and it's going to be
It's to
one
peop-
big block party. One
Exactly.
big block party.
That's
Which I
and
kind
guess
of
what?
love, but it's definitely not.
It's going to be just as crowded if you just
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
had.
I mean, just like a
it would
parade.
be.
Yeah, it
Think
will
about it.
be. Oh,
I think
yeah,
it's
it will
gonna be
People are
pretty
ready
nice.
to, and we're stuck here.
People
People
will
are going
open
to be
their
like,
front yard and put tables on their
Yeah.
front yard and
And
have
sell hot
big
dogs.
setup.
we've already been having parties, front yard parties with. Come on.
I know, but think about it. There's maybe I don't know how many thousands of people that show up to the parade, and they're kind of packed in there. In a way that if you do the front yard things, it's going to be your friends
Right.
at your house and the people you know. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're not going out into the big mix.
What are you hearing from the
What I'm-
what are you hearing from the parade chats, Rafa? Are you in any parade chats and
Parade
not only your
chats.
own, but maybe what's going on in New York, for example, in Southampton this year?
Oh, a lot of them canceled.
They
just
did?
canceled outright. Yeah. because they couldn't find a solution for that kind of stuff. That's the only thing I've seen. I've not
Are
seen
some of
anybody
them having it?
I haven't seen anything like
And
that.
then-
All I saw was like some.
And then
parades being
fireworks.
canceled.
What about fireworks? Because Miami-Dade still is Miami downtown doing fireworks still. What's
I don't
going on?
know. But those are different too because people don't congregate.
No,
at the
well,
place.
everyone's gonna be on the bridge. Someone's gonna want to do some kind of action.
Yeah.
Listen.
We need to go down to Phantom Fireworks and get some fireworks.
That's what I think.
so we can shoot some in our own yards, you know?
And off of our balconies, because that's who benefits also from the fireworks that are not
But
benefiting.
we're
from-
not allowed to do that.
I know, but we should.
Everyone's going to end up at the beach.
No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
The fireworks being canceled, I'm telling you, I don't understand it. There's so many buildings and people that watch from their balconies, and that watch from their boats that go out on the boat
Yeah.
on 4th of July. I don't understand it.
It's gonna be
Really
nuts.
don't.
It's
And
gonna
if
be
the beach is
interesting.
the problem, then have guards at the beach, close the beach. I don't care. But the balcony people should be seeing fireworks.
People are gonna. It's interesting.
That's where I watch every year.
This is going to be
One
very.
benefit of
It's
living
going to
in
be
a
really
building.
interesting. It's going to be really interesting, guys. I don't know what's going to happen because everyone's going to.
It's gonna
We're
be,
antsy now.
I feel
you
it's
know?
going to be exactly the same as any other 4th of July, except without the parade and without the fireworks.
I agree. I
Because
totally
they
agree.
don't want people congregating on the beach.
I agree.
The beach will be open. It's
it's
going to
gonna
be
be
so
packed.
weird.
In Miami's, people who've been locked in Miami are ready to get to Key Biscayne and rent their little rental places and do their thing.
I'm going to probably go out of town that week. That's the week I'm looking for holidays. Just first week of July, slowest for me. And there's the 4th is on a Friday, I think. So
I've been trying to leave on the 4th of July for years.
I'm out of here too, bitches. I'm out.
all right, are we a wrap?
Fourth
Just
is-
kidding.
Fourth
I gotta go to
July
Let's
is
Go.
the best day of the key of the whole
I
year.
know, but not this
You're the
year.
president of the
any other,
parade.
any other time you want to leave.
Man,
The
I've
Fourth
had
is
some
fun.
4th
It's
of
too
July.
much. It's
It's
too
not
much
because
stress.
of the parade.
It's too much stress.
It's not because of the parade. It's because it's lawless on the keys. You like kids driving golf carts, get out of
Yeah, it
here.
was
That's
fun.
like the
People
least
had
of your
parties,
concerns
but-
on the Fourth. Everybody
Okay.
gets away with everything. Fireworks everywhere,
That
parties
was fun,
everywhere.
but none of our friends have houses anymore. We haven't been invited to a house party in years. Not fun anymore.
Man, I think you have to mix it up. Like
On the
I
boat.
love the 4th
Yeah,
on
the
the
boat's
key as much as the next guy. You've seen me out there. You know, it's like the parade, everything, the water balloons.
We take a break every year.
But
is
every
too
now
much.
and then you go to, Costa Rica or you're in the Bahamas
Costa Rica.
or
I'm trying to go to New Orleans, but Rafa,
I would love to go to
Is my-
Costa Rica.
Colorado.
friend.
We were in Boulder once.
Nice.
All right.
So where are we?
All right,
Where-
we're a
leave on
wrap.
the 4th.
Fill out your census.
Did it already.
And that's pretty much it. Openings and closings.
Taco City.
Do we have
Everything's
Taco City,
everything's
Tacopolis?
open.
Is it open?
We
Everything's
didn't,
open.
I'm dying to try out Narbona.
we didn't get to the results from Rafa's the Tropical Rag survey. So
But we did last
when you
time, no?
well, we started it last time, but there are like 10 times more respondents.
Yeah.
But so tune in tomorrow to the Tropical Rag first thing in the morning when you wake up at 6 in the morning. Check
That's
your
the best
email.
thing ever, by the way. I
Tropical
love it.
Rag will be there,
you
and
go.
it's going to be featuring Charles Sherman and his survey.
How do you see the tropical rag? I don't even know how to see the tropical rag.
Tropicalrag.com.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rafa. Thanks for letting everybody know.
Sign up and get the email, but the old ones are posted
Unless
there.
you're Chris Recall, who it just refuses to get to it. Happy birthday to Chris.
Oh, yeah.
I
Happy
don't know if he's
bir-
a listener,
Happy
but
birthday, Creed.
we love him. Happy birthday.
Okay, I guess that's the show. Oh, wait, we have one last thing.
What?
Oh, Mal, I'm tired.
Finally went to the Weird Dough's place, the bakery next to
Oh,
Oasis.
Okay.
Formerly Oasis.
Right.
How was
formerly
that?
Oasis.
How was that? Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, here's the problem. Only went once, okay? This was the setup. We got a bakery on the key, right? Awesome. Let's go we wanted to make a sandwich, like a big hoagie style sandwich. Let's go get a baguette.
Plus, a baguette is a staple of any bakery. So
I can get
let's
it at
try
Winn-
the basics.
Yeah. I could get it at Winn-Dixie. I could get it at Golden Hog.
Right.
Let's go to this place.
Let's try it out.
He said he made it all there, everything like totally there. Get there, order a baguette. First, costs a little less than double all the other
Oh,
baguettes.
no.
$4 for a baguette.
Okay. Second, it's long. It's a little longer, whatever. It's long. It's really thin. Not thin.
Skinny.
It's very.
What are you describing, guys? You're scaring me.
It's very like small.
narrow.
Hurry
Small
up,
circumference.
Okay.
Narrow.
Small circumference. Okay.
It's long and skinny. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
For a baguette.
Okay.
And then the inside is really dense.
Ooh, that's not doughy?
It's not really. It's like dense.
It has to be doughy on the
They
inside.
gave us a sourdough baguette.
You think
Oh,
so?
no.
You think there's a different one? That's
It's not
better?
a French baguette?
I hope it's. I hope there's another one that's better because
No, they don't have the ciabatta there yet. I think it's
So
all
like that kind
sourdough.
of yeah, it's
So-
all sourdough.
Okay.
And we got an olive loaf as well, which was nice. But
It was $7
listen, we got out of guys.
What?
We got out of
Oh
there.
my God,
for a piece
yeah.
of bread.
We got out of there. We bought a baguette and an olive loaf.
was like $80.
The small, 13 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
It
not
was-
cool.
And
That's
then we couldn't
crazy.
use it for a sandwich because it was too skinny to
Oh, no.
actually build
Yeah.
a sandwich inside.
So
I
then
had
we
to go
went Pan Iberico at Golden Hog.
Yeah.
Old Faithful.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
that's,
I'm gonna go back.
what
I
else do
it
they
was only
have other
once,
than the two
so
shitty breads
we'll
you
see.
got? Do they have other sandwiches? Do they have?
They have a bunch of stuff. We
They
just
have
went to get
croissants,
bread. They have
like
croissants,
spinach
yeah.
croissants,
they have
croissants,
muffins.
which I'm excited to try. Listen, I'm not giving
Yeah,
up
but you're
yet.
just afraid. It's like, how much is that?
I know,
Yeah,
that sucks.
exactly.
Also, speaking of openings and closings, Raphael told me that Boulangerie changed management.
I like
Somebody
boulangerie.
told me that the other day, and I feel like it's been a while.
And when
already.
I called the other day because I was craving a ham and cheese croissant because I was hungover.
Okay, who?
Said they didn't have croissants, and I'm like, "You're Boulangerie."
Rafa, have we gone? Has anyone gone to the corners thing over there? I always forget the name in the square. You always tell me the name.
Narbona,
What is it called?
Narbona.
Yes, I always forget Narbona.
No, I'm
Any
dying
of you
to
guys
go.
gone? Have you guys gone?
Narboner.
Have you guys gone?
I'm still down for Narbona.
Remember that?
I haven't been there. Have you guys? No.
No, it's been
Where?
quarantined.
You haven't been where? Where haven't you been?
I have to go to the bathroom. Hurry up.
Okay, that's the show. I want to thank everybody for listening. Go to ratradio.net. You can
Oh my
subscribe
God.
to the show there and your favorite app and your favorite thing, and you'll never miss an episode. And you can fast forward through the parts that you think you're boring. Tropicalrag.com if you want to get the newsletter. And that's it. Say goodbye, everybody.
And check out Philibag in the opening weeks of the
Yeah,
boot.
hit us up for a fill a bag if you want a fill a bag ambassador.
Go to Donut Gallery. Bye.
There you go. That's
Let's
it.
call it.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. No one's listening show.